right, we're on.
All right, 2 people, 3 people.
Hi, everybody. I'm setting up for tomorrow's session. Actually, I have a couple of sessions tomorrow. The first one is a spring and slash Easter. I know the people, so I'm doing more than normal amount of props. And after that, I'm doing a St. Patrick's Day, which most of you probably already saw the setup. But I just want to go over my really cool finds, how I'm going to set it up. It's for a 6-month-old. Not really a big 6-month-old. The baby doesn't sit up on his own yet, so I'm going to have to use a lot of props. I'm not one to kind of beanbag them all, sitting up. I like to have them in something. And was that funny? And
I thought it was, sorry.
And Kayla, my daughter, is
Hello.
holding my camera for me.
Videographer.
And if you have any questions along the way, I have 2 alien bees on, and it's going to get hot real quick. One thing I do want to show you, which I learned, actually somebody taught me from that page, not to use 2 different light sources. And since I've covered my double door during the day, because I get that all day long sunlight in the back of my house, and this is the back of my house, not mixing light has really, I feel, has helped the white balance and just the overall coloring of the photos. I shoot with a Nikon D800, and my camera, I set it on neutral, and it still tends to shoot very red. So there's always some kind of white balance issue that I tend to in Photoshop. That's the first thing I do when I edit. But initially I noticed that my photographs were much better when I photographed in my studio at night. And I'm like, okay, so I covered that. My front windows are covered, and then I have a window behind my PLM, but that's not a big deal. All right, getting to this.
Someone asked, Did you mention what lens you use? They said they mentioned, they saw that you mentioned the alien bees,
yes,
but the lenses
I use the Nikon D800, and my studio lens, which I never take off, is the 24-70. I've tried the 50mm. It's just not me. I like to be able to zoom in, zoom out. I'm not one to, all over the place. I tried the 85mm, my studio. As big as my studio is, it's not big enough. Forget about the 7200. It just won't work, even though that's kind of a zoom, but you have to be like 500 feet away to get a good shot of somebody. The 24-70, to me, it personally is the best lens. The clarity is amazing. I can be anywhere in the studio and zoom in or sit almost right on top of the person and still have substantial room between me and the subject. So tomorrow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this setup, which we don't have a Hobby Lobby on Long Island, so my kids recently auditioned for The Voice, and on the way home we had to go through New Jersey, 20 minutes away from Philadelphia was a Hobby Lobby, and I was sick as a dog that day. But I went and I purchased that, and I purchased that little bicycle, or little tricycle, which I'll sit the child in that tomorrow as well. One thing, you want to say something?
Yeah, the lens is a Nikon. It's a Nikkor 24-70. Yeah, she'll grab it right now just so you can get a look at it. Yeah, we don't use off brands or Canons or.
No, I always buy Nikon.
We always buy Nikon because it's reliable.
This is the 24-70. It's kind of heavy, but then again the D800 is kind of heavy. But it has the width. It has the when I want to zoom in, when I want to zoom out. I literally, when I have an older child and they're sitting right here, Kayla, if you can pan, I'm always sitting on this chair right there. I sit right here all the time. So this is the distance between me and zip, and I actually can frame the whole backdrop. And most of my backdrops are 5 feet, 7 feet high, 5 feet width. This one happens to be 5 feet high, 7 foot width. But when I'm doing babies or toddlers, I'm on the ground. Sometimes I'm pretty close. When I'm doing newborns, I'm right on top of them. And it still looks like a 3-foot distance between the camera and the baby.
And someone asked how big is your PLM?
This is, I believe, an 86 inch.
Oh, it's bright.
I didn't even think it was going to.
Bright.
Yeah, I think it's an 86 inch. I'm eventually going to get the tripod that goes flat, where the legs go flat, and it can actually go right down to the ground. It's not it doesn't really matter though when I'm photographing if it's not on the ground. This I never use.
I use it
the
now.
The only time I did use it was when I did the white background, and what I did was I had it lower, like that, and just to give the white background, I had the paper roll, and what I did was I bounced it up to the ceiling, and this way, and I said ceiling instead of ceiling. I have a big Long Island accent, and it bounces off the ceiling, which is white, and actually, you know, it's white on the wall too, but it bounces down and it just kind of grabs everything, and it acts as good fill light.
And the backdrop is from Lemon Drop Stop, right?
Yeah, all of my drops. This is how I store all of my drops on a Walmart shoe rack.
Shoe rack.
I really don't have any room for more. I have a whole bunch over there that need to go on here, so I'm going to just start packing away the Christmas drops. And that's over a couple of years. That's not, you know, I just didn't buy them all at once. So getting back to the session for tomorrow, I'm going to use this. It's a possibility that, give me some hearts if you think I should do this. If not, don't give me any hearts. To kind of embellish it a little bit with, you know, a little bit of floral. The baby is going to be sitting in it. Yay or nay for the flowers.
And yes, the studio is a home studio. It's on our lower floor.
I have a high ranch.
Yeah, we have high ranch.
So my family doesn't have a family room anymore. This is it.
This is it.
But I was thinking about, you know, maybe some kind of flowers around it. If not, no. But then go to Walmart now.
So yes, flowers.
And look at the, what do you call those? The Unity?
The Infinity Scarves.
The Infinity Scarves.
The Unity Scarves.
The ones that are like this, like that. And I think it was floating around on Facebook. Well, I posted it. What I did was I cut it open, and it makes a perfect little layer. And I paid $3 for it. So it's, you know, like the faux fur. I got this one, and I use these a lot for layers. So $3 scarf, Walmart. I think even Target. What did I get them at Target?
I think I got
I think I got it at Target. Never mind.
Yeah, at a store like Target, Walmart.
It's nice size.
Yeah, someone's a Target brand, so
that's it.
Probably yeah.
What I want to do too is another infinity scarf that I cut open. I cut a little too much. I was a little scissor happy, and I'll just layer that down here. Put the basket on it. Maybe kind of scrunch it up. I don't know. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. And then, again, put some kind of flowers around it and stick the baby in it. They wanted an outdoor kind of
background.
Yeah, spring background. So that's going to be another setup. Then I also have this little basket here. I mean, a little wagon that I'll stick the baby in that. It's a possibility. I don't know. A 6-month-old in that. I think the 6-month-old may be a little big. That's more for an infant.
I think it'd be cute having it posed next to it. Not so much in it, but next to it. That might be a...
Then I get to use my Easter egg.
Woo.
That,
she worked so hard on.
And all you do is you go to Big Lot.
Yes.
And I bought a $10 planter. And the planter came up to about here.
Mm-hmm.
I had my husband cut it like this with some kind of
It was. I think was it a jigsaw?
No.
It wasn't.
He did
no,
it with
it wasn't that.
plastic snippers.
Yeah. All right.
And then I went to Michael's and I got plaster strips. And what you do, it comes in a roll, and you unroll it, you cut it, you dip it in water. Don't put the water down the sink because it's cement. So I kind of like dumped it in a...
Did someone just take a screenshot? Was that what just happened? I just saw a purple camera flying up.
All right, so let's get back, you know, just in case you want to make this. It's really, really easy. You put it in your laundry room, it'll dry overnight. So you cut the strips. I cut them about 6 inches, and then you just start wrapping. And I wrapped outside and inside. Yeah, I'll show you the inside too. Outside and inside, the whole... Oh, you almost lost my balance. And I haven't been drinking.
You don't drink it all, so it's okay.
All right, so inside and out, you can see it's almost like putting a cast on somebody. I used 2 packages. The packages are $7.99 each, 50% off coupon. I think I paid like $3 each for them. You put 1 layer on. You're going to get all gooky and stuff, but it's not a big deal. It's worth it. You can probably even see the bottom of the... yeah, it's just a plastic. But this is so durable now. And you let the first layer dry. Put it in the laundry room, like I said. It dries, within a couple hours. Put the second layer on. And it gets so moist that you just smooth it with your hands. I didn't even paint it. You smooth it. And then I looked for yellow feathers. Couldn't find them anywhere. And I don't know who gave me the bright idea. It's one of my children. Get a yellow boa. Oh, it's my daughter Kayla.
Me.
Because otherwise you have all these...
Are you shedding everywhere? Be careful.
All these feathers that are just ridiculous. So, but the yellow boa works good rather than a package of yellow feathers.
Look at what you did. You made a mess.
Then after I do this session, it's an hour-long session. So this is going to be a half hour. Sometimes I can do all the props. It depends on the baby. I don't stay on a prop more than 5 minutes. If the kid's not having it and I don't get 2 good shots right off the bat, move on. The next thing that I will do is I have another backdrop that I'm going to use. I have a regular blue floor. It's just called Classic Blue. But I did get this, and I was dying to get it when they just had their buy 2 get 1 free. I'm like, I'm getting it.
And by them, she means Lemon Drop.
Lemon Drop. When they do the buy 2 get 1 free, love it. But it's a...
Well, let me back up the sizable amount because
this backdrop. It's all little sailboats.
It's very cartoonish, very childish, very cute.
And what I'm going to do is use the little tiny boat with the 6-month-old because, again, I need something for him to sit in and prop him up. And I had to go 20 miles to find a sailor hat for the last session that I did, but I'll show the little boat. And this is the little boat I'll use for that on the blue floor drop. And then the little sailor hat, and then the little fishing pole. And this will be the second half hour. Taking photos like that, and then taking him out. He's supposed to be wearing overalls initially with like a little shirt and bow tie. And by the end of the session, he's just going to be in overalls with no shoes on, bare feet, rolled up. The little naked top,
Casual.
And with the little sailor hat on. I think that'll be perfect. And that's it. In a nutshell. In an eggshell. Pun intended.
All right, again, some hearts.
Any questions?
Just give everyone a moment to...
What's everybody doing tomorrow? Any sessions?
Hearts. It's quicker to send hearts than to
talk. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, no. Well, they're already typing if they're sharing what they're doing. So
I initially had these carrots, but I don't know where I got these. But then I found these big Mama Johns.
Oh, you got them from Home Goods, I think. You got them from Home Goods.
OMG.
Someone said they're painting their studio. Ooh, have fun with that. That's gonna be
good.
good.
Oh, they're painting the studio?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
We're supposed to be moving once we sell this house, and we're moving down to North Carolina, where it's nice and, well, it's not, I can't say it's nice and warm.
Yeah, it's the same as in New York for the most part.
And I'm hoping to have my studio in the garage. If not, it's going to be in my living room. But I can't wait to be able to, paint, and because this, I don't know.
It's good. It's grindy.
Yeah.
That's the best word I could use for it.
it's I'm just not feeling it. But that's about it.
Happy is just finishing the sheetrock, new studio and basement. Ooh, congratulations.
And any windows? If you have windows, cover the windows if you're going to be using any kind of strobes. Because the slightest bit of light just sneaks in and it throws everything off. Yeah. Even though for years I was doing mixed lighting, and I do much less editing now that I just have one specific lighting. But again, I personally have to contact Nikon. I was always told Nikon cameras, especially the D800, shoots on the red side. maybe in the near future I'll do a Photoshop Periscope. But I am a big action girl. Actions, actions, actions. I tried to do the, what do you call the separation?
What, with layers?
Yeah, it's called when you want to get the baby skin clear. It's something separation.
Okay.
I tried doing that, and my actions are so much better.
Oh, it's what Ronnie taught us, right? A frequency?
Frequency separation.
There you go. Thank you.
I watched the video. I tried it. You know, with the blurring and.
Yeah, it's all like radial blurs.
Yeah,
or Gaussian blurs.
I have two.
Frequency.
Two actions, and again, I'm not here to tell anybody to buy certain actions, or I'm not endorsing anybody.
This isn't sponsored.
It's not sponsored by anybody, but to make my photographer friends' life so much easier, especially one of the last infants that I had, you know, with the redness and the acne, and it's just there's an action that you lessen the red on the face, and then an easy way to get rid of the acne and blend everything, and I just love actions. It's just
Someone said they're using actions right now.
Yeah,
so it's easy.
You know
it's
what?
So easy.
I praise people that I don't use actions. I think they're lying.
Well, they're not Tiger.
Although when I did Kayla's last picture, for the most part I didn't use actions, but then I did use the matte action.
So you cheated, basically.
Yeah, I did.
You did cheat.
But
you liar.
You know what? Photography is 50% in the camera, maybe less. Maybe it's 30% in the camera.
It's all post-production.
Having the vision, taking the photo, but you need to be an artist on Photoshop or Lightroom to really enhance that photo.
It's like that guy who did the wedding photo of Star. Oh, you should, if anyone has not seen that in your photography group, share it. The Star Wars photo that they did at the wedding, and they photoshopped the whole entire Star Wars scene in the background. Oh, that's
one thing I do want to learn.
Post-production.
Composition, composites.
Yeah, composites.
I am so awful at taking a photo and then sticking a child in it, because either the child's really large or the child's really small,
or it just doesn't blend in properly.
Not blended. Mm-hmm. That's one thing I will. When I have a hard time doing something, I force myself, just like crocheting. I'm almost there. But you know, if you have any more questions, do a little dance. I'm bad at doing this.
Awkward silence.
Awkward silence.
Anything else you need to say to the people?
No, I think that's it. But this is my setup for tomorrow, and then after that is St. Patrick's Day. I have a few during the week, then I have one actual mini day. So I hope you enjoyed my video.
The more you know. All right, you got one heart.
I hope you became smarter for having this little bit of knowledge and not more stupid. No.
That should be your new slogan when we move.
And now I like Periscope because you get to see how I just ramble on and on and on. So that's it. I will say good night to everybody.
Before another ramble starts.
And I will post some photos tomorrow of this session. Actually, I may videotape some of it.
Oh, let's do it.
Maybe I'll not Periscope, but I'll just video record some of it.
Yeah, Periscope may be a little too much.
Yeah, it's too demanding.
And then your phone overheats.
Yeah,
too.
and then I have to worry if the child's not behaving. But everybody, thanks so much for joining me on Periscope. Have a good night. See you soon.